Hi friends, I hope you all are doing well. Today, I, Kunal Nagpal, am feeling immensely pleased to welcome you back to this great forum, Nagpal Economic Academia. My dear friends, in this great economic forum, today I'm going to discuss a very hot topic of the day. That is, our Finance Minister Dr. Nirmala Sitharaman actually provokes the private sector, or I should rather say, urges the private sector companies to come forward and support the Sustainable Development Goals. And it's really of great prevalence in today's times. That is to support the SDGs. So let's elaborate on this topic. The Finance Minister Dr. Nirmala Sitharaman recently urged the private sector to come forward and support the Sustainable Development Goals, that is the SDGs, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, saying it is the collective responsibility of all the stakeholders to actually participate and contribute in this mega endeavor. Speaking at an event organized on the sidelines of the International Monetary Fund, World Bank annual meetings at the Marrakesh in Morocco, the minister exuded confidence that the MDB reform process emanating from the G20 deliberations will basically prompt the multilateral development banks to maximize investments into the developing nations. So this is really a very, very glorious feature which is coming into picture. That is to pay the emphasis towards the clarification of the Sustainable Development Goals to raise their voice for their further enhancement. And this is actually the mega call. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the United Nations member states in 2015 were basically aimed at addressing a wide range of social, economic, and environmental challenges by 2030. She said, now, seeing this vision to actually attain those goals by 2030 and seeing the realistic scenario of all the challenges the world economy is facing, it puts a big question mark whether we will be able to collectively achieve our goal by 2030. So it is actually the collective responsibility of the global economy as a whole. Not only one economy, but a collective responsibility of the whole global economy. And that's why our respected minister, Dr. Nirmala Sitharaman, has put this extremely significant point on the international forum. Further quoting, India, under its presidency, has actually called upon all the G20 members to collectively resolve to fully and effectively implement the 2030 agenda and hence accelerate the progress towards the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals in a timely manner. That's very important to increase the overall efficiency and effectiveness and to make the overall process of the attainment of these goals the smart process that is specific, measurable, accurate, relevant, and time-bound. Now, observing that the Sustainable Development Goals provide a shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for the people and the planet, the Finance Minister said it is actually the collective responsibility of all the stakeholders to basically participate and contribute in this mega endeavor, as I just quoted. Hence, she invited the private sector to basically come forward and hence join the pursuit of this actually revolutionary global vision. The entire global progress on the front of Sustainable Development Goals is off track, with only close to 12% of the targets on track. Obviously, it is bound to go off track because of such major challenges the world economy has been facing. But now, it's actually the time to come back to track and realize our true passion, our true dream, and to realize the vision which the world economy had made for the attainment of this goal by 2030. Hence, It may be noted that the 17 Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the United Nations member states in 2015 were aimed at addressing a wide range of social, economic, and environmental challenges by 2030. Now, with only 7 years remaining, the current year is 2023, and only 7 years are remaining for 2030 to come. And we had made the goal of 15 years as this time span to attain these goals. So, with this balanced time of 7 years remaining to attain this agenda, it is very essential to work towards closing the financing gap. And how can that be done? By actually fostering the overall global cooperation and aligning the financial resources towards these goals. Hence, a very, very excellent strategic perspective is required to attain these goals in a timely manner. And yes, it's possible. India has made several things possible in the recent past, which the entire world had the major doubt. Now, for the first time during India's G20 presidency, the agenda of sustainable finance has been extended to cover the financing for sustainable development goals in addition to the climate finance, she said. So it's extremely important to cover the finance of the SDGs because it's very, very important. And we all are very aware, as we have seen in our recent sessions as well, that the Sustainable Development Goals, the entire set of 17 SDGs, is actually very, very important, and it forms the overall baseline for the attainment of the global peace to exist in the entire global arena. And that's why United Nations gives it a major move, the major boost to attain them. And now, realizing that only 7 years are left to attain this objective, we really need to fasten our seatbelts and realize our motive. And hence, we should start financing the Sustainable Development Goals, that is through global finance. Now, to bridge the SDGs financing gap, she said, now let's see what strategy she is thinking of. She is basically trying to emphasize the point that, especially for the emerging markets and developing economies, there is actually an immense need to enhance innovative financing approaches. This is the prerequisite to involve innovation. And mind you, innovation, when blended with the required necessity, that is to finance the SDGs, it will really bring miracles. So, enhancing the innovative financing approaches such as blended finance and risk-sharing tools, which could be used to leverage private finance for scaling up the sustainable finance. Now, stressing that the MDBs reform process is needed, she said. These institutions basically have stood by us for nearly 70 to 80 years, but gradually now showing the signs of fatigue. And because of that, many of the objectives which would be served other than restoring Europe after the war are still waiting to be served. Hence, after going through this particular point, we realize the immense need of incorporating innovation in financing and global financing towards the attainment of the SDGs for their realization by 2030 actually. So these very institutions now will have to be revived to meet with the current challenges of the 21st century, she said. So this is the mega call, the awakening call, as has been very correctly stated by our respected Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharamanji. And we really need to pay heed to this, and that's why this point has been put at the international forum. And this really means a lot. This really means a lot. And mind you, Sustainable Development Goals not only relate to the climate financing, it is meant for the overall balanced development from social point of view, from economic point of view, and from the environmental point of view. And I hope This has been of great help. This entire session has been of great help, and you will be able to draw very valuable insights from this session. God bless you. Take care. Namaskar. Jai Hind.